Hello. Hello. All right. See what's relevant for the collective. We have Taurus, Sagittarius, and Virgo coming out. Oh, the numbers are very scattered. 22 might be significant. 22. Yeah, that seems to be the only one that's relevant here. All right. All right. What do we have going on, collective? I'm going to go for this deck. Going for my funky deck. The energy lately, I don't know. Just feels like everything is coming to a head. It's like it's frustrating, but there's things that are rising to the surface that needs to be addressed. And I know I'm not alone in this because the collective readings I was giving while I was live yesterday, all the same kind of energy. So at least I guess we can rest assured knowing that we're all in this together. All right. Okay, Hierophant and the Progressive. So we have Taurus energy again coming out. Maybe some of you are questioning, like, I don't know, if you're a spiritual girly, if you're a spiritual baddie, you're questioning your intuition, but you're also questioning like what path your intuition is leading you down. Especially if you are feeling like this frustrated, kind of stagnant-ish energy. It can be, again, frustrating. It's just the word that I keep wanting to use. But this is also the key to your success, because I am keyed in, on the keys that are on the bottom of this card right here. So it's like, you know, it can be frustrating. It can be a gift and a burden all in one if you are more spiritually in tune, aligned. I mean, everyone has spiritual abilities. It's just whether or not you choose to practice and tap into them. I do feel like I'm talking to a collective that is aware of their spiritual abilities or their sense, their ability to tune into things. And it's like, sometimes we get so aware of the fact that we're intuitive that it's like it starts getting to us and we get in our heads about it a little bit. So I feel like that's where this kind of confusion is coming in and questioning whether or not you're making the right decisions. Like there's kind of an overthinking vibe that's coming through. But I really do feel like, man, these cards are falling in the Progressive today. I really do feel like the message here off the bat is to trust your intuition and try not to overthink it too much. Okay, all right. So again, things are balancing out. And this is a recurring theme for most of the readings that I'm giving, both individually and collective. There are just some energies kind of floating around right now that need to be transmuted. And this transmutation does seem to be coming in the form of doing some healing, some inner child healing. I mean, I was even pulled to bring out, I have a couple Nintendo DS's from when I was a kid. And I just, like, every now and then, I just randomly decide to crack them out and recharge them and play some Mario. But just doing things that are kind of feeding your inner child right now. I feel like this collective is really being called to do that. And again, this transmutation of energy is coming in the form of doing that healing, doing the inner work. Whatever is bubbling up to the surface for you right now, whatever energies, any kind of old wounds that maybe you felt like you had healed, but clearly they aren't fully addressed and healed. Anything that needs to be acknowledged, please take the time to acknowledge it, focus on it, heal it, give room to it. Make room for that discomfort, make room for sitting in that uncomfortable energy. Because I think, there was a recurring theme with the readings I was giving of kind of wanting to distract yourself while you're going through this uncomfortable period. And it's like, yes, I'm not saying sit in like a heavy depressed energy if this is all you're focusing on and it's really bringing you down. But I do feel like while we're in this heavy vibe as a collective, acknowledge the heaviness, transmute it however you can, heal what you can and address what you can and just sit with it. Like even just acknowledging it sometimes can be enough. Like just make that space to feel it. And then, go have fun. Go distract yourself. Do something goofy. I don't know. But don't just heavily distract yourself to try and get through these heavy periods, because ultimately this heavy energy is going to find you again if you just keep pushing it off to the side. That being said, there is a nice balance of energy coming through here. We have Libra energy with the Justice card, but we have the Four of Wands on one side and the Five of Pentacles on the other. So it does seem like, some of you may feel like you're kind of, I'm getting like snowstorm energy with this. It's cold weather here. You can tell they're bundled up and they're miserable walking in it. And it almost feels like you're walking through a blizzard and you don't know like when the end is or where the safe space is. And you're just kind of trudging through, and it's miserable in the meantime, in the interim. But on the other side, there's a lot of happiness. Like with every winter, there will always be a spring to melt and thaw things. I just saw 555 on my timer. So definitely a period of going through chaotic energy. But we do have balance with this Justice card. And there is a balanced energy with this Two of Swords as well. It's just more of, it's at an impasse. It's like, there are these crossroads that we come to in life. But we have the Six of Wands in the progressive after the Two of Swords. So again, this first row really does feel like just not knowing which road to trust, not knowing like where your intuition is leading you. I feel like you go through bouts of trusting your intuition and you can see the payoff, and then it's like every now and then you're put in like a holding period to kind of test your faith and test your intuition. And I do feel like as a collective, we are in this holding period right now. What is the advice coming through for this collective? I need more advice. All right, we have a nice chunk of cards coming out here. My goodness. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, I'm being called to lay these out in a very specific order, so I guess I will just go with that. In the essence of trusting intuition, right? Okay, we have the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Moon, the Five of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. A lot of these cards, very similar to the cards that were coming out for the collective reading I did live. So very similar energies still floating around. There is, this energy of finding your spark. And also, maybe it takes another person to kind of light a fire under your ass sometimes. So like, I do highly encourage people to socialize. And I'm getting like lighthearted socialization. Like, don't take life too seriously right now, because you're already doing a lot of serious work. So it's like, if you have just kind of a lighthearted connection with someone, just embrace the lightheartedness of that. And I feel like this lightheartedness is also helping you to focus on healing these wounds as well. This is kind of like this is part of the transmuting the energy. You're bringing like some lighthearted energy into the mix here, and it's kind of making your burdens feel a little less heavy. But heavy, heavy, heavy emotional work going on here still. So this is where this encouragement is coming in to like, let's bring some light into this. Maybe a fire sign in particular. We do have the Knight of Wands on one side and then the Queen of Wands on the other side of this row. We're doing some shadow work. Definitely feels like some shadow work, ego work coming through here with this Five of Swords. Also feels like there might be people that you're like inclined to turn your back on at this time. Use your discernment, obviously. But for some of you, it feels like, I don't know, this is coming from a place of emotional vulnerability and kind of a discomfort that goes hand in hand with that vulnerability. So just try not to shut out all your friends while you're going through your kind of hermit mode, inner work mode that's going on right now. And there's something about being comfortable also, just like with this Queen of Wands. It's really like finding that comfort and that empowerment in allowing other people to help. And it doesn't feel like it's coming in the form of like confiding in other people right now. It just feels like it's coming in the form of like allowing people's energies into your energetic field so that you can kind of just boost yourself up a bit. Because I do feel like a lot of you are going through this isolation period. I didn't even know that Four of Swords was on the bottom of the deck. Let's see what is coming in Let's see what's coming in after all of this dense energy, okay? What is coming in after all of this dense energy? If this card comes out one more time, this has been coming out just like literally 9 times out of 10 for my collective readings. And I keep saying I'm going to sound like a broken record. I'm going to say it every time. February 17th, there is an eclipse, and it is the start of the Chinese New Year as well. And I know that this is a very significant date for this collective. So keep that date in mind on or around that time. There are very powerful things coming in. This is the Expect Powerful Change card. We have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. And we have the energy is gaining momentum. Yes. So again, communication is key. That is like dead center in this row. Don't block people out right now. Like, talk to the people that you're inclined to talk to. I do feel like you have at least one person in your circle that's just kind of goofy, lighthearted. Maybe they have more of an immature energy, and that's kind of what you need right now to crack you out of this. Just saw 11:11 on my timer. All right, what else is coming in after this shift out of this dense energy? Oh, that's so funny. This card came out in the reverse, and I don't shuffle in the reverse, so that means this must have gotten stuck back in there in the reverse. We have 2 4s coming out, though. Emotional fulfillment is coming back. Like, you're really going to feel emotionally fulfilled, and you're kind of going to feel like you have your shit together also. There's a lot of stability, too, coming through with these 4s. Let's see what else. Yeah. Very secure in your own energy. Very, very happy to be where you're at. It's like the veil is lifted is what I'm getting. After all of this clears out, after you transmute this energy and you do the inner work, I do feel like with this 8 of Cups on the bottom, we're transitioning to a new phase in life. One where you're feeling very self-assured. Getting a lot of self-assurance off of this 4 of Pentacles. I'm also getting Earth sign energy, which is, makes sense. We had Taurus and Virgo come out for this reading, so heavy Earth energy, but again, that goes hand in hand with the stability aspect that this is bringing into, but really trusting yourself and being confident, because at the end of the day, you're seeing yourself through all these difficulties. So once you're on the other side of it and you're feeling better and you're feeling more uplifted and things are like starting to work out and, you're getting your spark back, I feel like you're going to have this appreciative energy for everything that you've gone through, and like you're really going to hold on to the lessons and hold on to the appreciation of your character. Yeah? I really feel like you're going to have a lot of appreciation for yourself. Any more that's coming in? Any more that's coming in for this collective after all of this clears out? We have the 2 of Cups coming out. We have the 2 of Cups, we have the 9 of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Some of you, yes, this is going to be a nice little partnership that's coming through. I feel like you're attracting love because you're in this period where you're like very self-assured, especially with this. I mean, I already went over the 4 of Pentacles, the Magician, and now the 9 of Pentacles. This is a very self-assured, self-confident energy, which was, being encouraged by Spirit here with this Queen of Wands. Get yourself into that self-confident energy, and doing this healing work is definitely going to help you align with that Queen of Wands, confident, cocky kind of energy. Not cocky in a bad way, but you're sure of yourself. This is, so yes, love is definitely, an opportunity. It's on the horizon for some of this collective, but for a lot of this collective, this is also presenting as just divine alignment with your path. Doesn't need to be an external reflection. It's just like you're divinely aligned down the path that you're going down, and it's a very emotionally fulfilling path that you're going down, especially with that Queen of Wands underneath. This is going to be something new with this Ace here, especially if it's a love connection. It's not going to be someone that's already in your energetic field. This is somebody new that you're meeting. But it does feel like for the majority of this collective, it's presenting as divine alignment down this path that you're going down. So there will always be a new opportunity. There will always be a new opportunity. Oh yeah, and then we have the Emperor. Okay, y'all. The Ace of Cups underneath this. So yes, again, with the self-assuredness, it does feel like you will be attracting love as well. Some of you might be seeing repeating numbers too. I just saw 1414 and now I just saw 1515. So like, I don't know, that's just maybe a quirky little synchronicity that might help you know that this message is for you. I don't know, I'm being called to bring that to your attention. But yeah, definitely an emotionally fulfilling new beginning, leaving you feeling really, really confident, really, really just like strongly in your energy. Maybe you're working for yourself, like maybe you're gonna get a major break and work for yourself and like be financially secure as well as emotionally secure. For some of you, this is a divine masculine that's going to find you with this Ace of Cups here. Possibly an Aries. The Emperor is an Aries energy, but you know, does not necessarily need to be an Aries. But a lot of stability coming in for you. So just tough it out. Deal with the shit that's being, you know, released and brought to the surface. It needs to be acknowledged. So just keep acknowledging it. Keep making space for it. And I love you. I'm here for you. I feel you. I feel this energy. So at least, you know, we're all in this together. Like I said already, we are all in this together. So Godspeed, collective. I will catch you on the next one.